So in this video, I want to talk about Chat GPT, but in maybe from a slightly different angle than other people have covered. So I kind of want to talk about why Chat GPT is the ultimate sidecar product. So what do I mean by sidecar product? Well, it's something that's kind of separate to your main offering, but you use it to either drive interest or engagement or conversion into your main offering or show off its capabilities. So what is ChatGPT at its core? Well, it's a React app that sits on top of OpenAI's large language model. And I'm sure they're doing all manner of things, but what they're fundamentally doing is trying to sell the large language model to people, to companies, to corporates. They want people to plug into their API, classic ML model, buy tokens, use it, happy days. Okay, that's cool, but how do I convince consumers that they need a large language model? What's the power of a large language model? And we know now that basically they've kickstarted an arms race where all the big search engine companies are having a panic attack, because this way of naturally talking to something and getting an answer back is a much more cleaner and more human search experience than anything we had previously, right? It's an incredibly disruptive piece of technology. And that for me is the real power of ChatGPT, because all they've done is really stick a very simple, in quotes, interface on top of the large language model that really, really kind of illustrates the power of the large language model underneath immediately and kind of gets you wanting more. So if I'm someone who's considering using a large language model somewhere in my pipeline, I can immediately test the power of it, right? So I can come in and say, well, if I look at a previous thing I did, I've done, will AI destroy the world, right? And it's spam me out an answer, but more powerfully than that, I can get it to basically be Stack Overflow for me. And all of a sudden, I've created a viral hook here where no matter really what you are or who you are or what you do, you can ask a question and share it with your colleagues. So in our case, usually it's people trying to solve problems. So simple SQL statements or complex Excel queries or whatever, right? And then you can share that with a colleague. How did you get that out? ChatGPT did it for me. Oh, what's ChatGPT? And you can see that just by really making the ease of use and ease of access to the large language model, they've really, really strongly evidenced the use case. So in kind of summary of this kind of short video, I really think that this is probably the coolest sidecar product I've ever seen. It's like a very simple wrapper for a very complicated piece of technology that immediately illustrates the power of the underlying tech and kind of generates that virality loop that you really look for in this kind of thing. Massive increase your user base, massive increase knowledge in the marketplace about your product, and then hopefully people will then convert into paying users or considering using your technology elsewhere in their pipelines. So yeah, that's it. I thought it was a cool little, slightly different angle on something that everyone has been talking about, but yeah, like and subscribe. Thanks.